everybody. How are you? Thanks for joining us today. And this morning, it's been great that you guys continue to show an interest in what we're doing. We have some really exciting things we're going to be showcasing here today. It's always great to be at NAMM, catch up with all our friends, and I look forward to saying hello to each of you. But let's get to the good stuff right away. Now, you guys know that almost 3 years ago, we first announced Avid Everywhere. And, you know, for some people, that vision was as crazy as the goal to land on the moon. But it was an ambitious plan to recapture the imagination of the industry and solve the most critical issues of the industry from our vantage point, from our heritage. You know, but Avid Everywhere was a result of conversations we had with our community, with people like yourselves and our clients, our family. And we talked to them about what the issues that they were facing, from creating that perfect sound to distributing their content to making money and everything in between. And we wanted to address the most critical issues that we heard, because that's what we've been doing since our beginning. And digitization, as you know, has changed everything. It's changed the way you create, the way you distribute. It's changed how you make money, who makes money, how you make money. All that has changed. And so we launched this global ecosystem to connect anybody who wants to participate in the joy of telling stories through music, in any form of media, not just in the audio industry. And I have to tell you, we've had some amazing success. I mean, we have solved real problems for some of the largest media companies in the world. And these are sophisticated organizations, and basically every segment has realized the power of this ecosystem. It's in use today in some of the largest media companies in every part of this world. The idea is to share tools that are common to storytelling, regardless if it's in music or scripted film or television, so that it's more efficient and more powerful for everybody. And it allows you to decide where and how you want to participate in this ecosystem. So some of you have heard all this, and in a very short period of time, people have just been stunned at how many people are using the platform already. Nearly 1,000 S6 consoles that are on the platform already in use. More than 20,000 subscriptions, 28,000 people on the platform, 21,000 people using the HD Pro, which is also on the platform. It's been really cool. It's been really fun and exciting, actually. But you know what? As I go around the world, and people have heard all these announcements, a lot of folks in the audio community say, well, what does that mean to me? I mean, I'm glad, Louis, that you're winning all these big clients and you're able to buy us a couple more drinks, but what's it got to do with what I do as an audio professional? As a person sitting in my base, my home studio, trying to find that perfect sound. I'm not a big corporation. So explain to me how exactly I participate in this thing that you guys have created. Well, it may be surprising to you, but when we first designed Avid Everywhere, it actually began with the individual artist, both for video and audio. We thought about that individual musician. And it may not be a surprise, because that's, after all, our heritage. That's where we began. And that's where we began designing Avid Everywhere. And what I'm excited about today is to really show you how we're including that individual musician more than ever into this ecosystem that large media companies are using today. You know what's funny is, no matter where I go, Brazil, Asia, Latin America, Europe, and talk to audio professionals and aspiring artists about what their challenges are, there's certain things that they have in common, no matter where they participate. So whether or not you're a teacher or an established professional, if you're an aspiring artist, if you're an EDM or DJ, if you're a songwriter, whatever it is, there's certain things that seem to be consistent. And this is one of the amazing things about music, how it brings everybody together. Everyone in the community is looking to create that great sound, honing their craft to allow them to focus on the creativity through simple, intuitive tools. And they're always looking to get better, searching for that perfect piece of art. Now, some actually want to make money doing it, some don't. But they seem to start with the joy of finding music, and I think that's really one of the cool things about it. Always looking for opportunities to find people to work with and collaborate with, to find opportunities, and work with the best anywhere in the world. Now, I tell you what's the funnest part, is that at least for the Avid family, for the the hundreds of thousands and millions of people who use our products, the joy and magic of storytelling through music is something to be cherished. And that's something we really focused on. Because at the end, they all just want to be heard and share these things that they create. The bummer, and something that we're really focused on, is if you do decide you want to make money in this business, it's becoming harder and harder to do. You know, there's more music and more choices on the market than ever before. You know, NAMM, since we're at the NAMM show, reports on the iTunes catalog, for example. And in the last 5 years, or since 2008 actually, it's gone up 438%. And those of you who might consider posting there know that it's not even as popular as it used to be, and it's still gone up 438%. And the number of artists creating music, that music today, has gone up 77% if you look at the BMI and ASCAP membership. So it's gone up a lot. Incredibly though, despite all that growth, the actual payout per artist has gone down 40%. Now you think about what the political landscape would look to, these debates, if across the country all income went down 40%. It would be a disaster, and that's all anybody be talking about. But that is the reality for our industry. That's something our industry has to deal with. Now, if you're a best-selling artist, you're probably popping bubbly and don't know what we're talking about. But for the rest of the world, this is the reality that they're facing. So you see, back in the good old days, to make $1,000, you'd have to sell about 450 CDs. Now, I live down here in Marina del Rey, and I know guys are selling that many out of the back of their cars down in Venice. You could get by on that, earn that $1,000 bucks. Then you would have to sell about 5,500 iTunes downloads. And today, between 1 million and 4 million, depending on the service, streams to make that same $1,000. It is ridiculous to me and to us. And the worst thing about it is you can go down the street here and work at any one of these fast food joints for 3 weeks and earn the same $1,000. The system is broken. These streaming services have grown their revenues about 280% in the last 5 years. We've got to do something about this because it's musicians and creative artists who are part of our family who are getting squeezed. Now, on top of everything else, as if it couldn't get any worse, it somehow became okay to steal from artists. Piracy is still rampant in our industry. In fact, the LA Times, just a little while ago, had an article about a registered 20 million users of a public ripping service that is in the open. That's just what's public. This is the problem. We've got to change this too. So Avid Everywhere is really designed to solve all these problems, because these are the issues we heard from our community. And anybody had to step forward and make the changes that can help. And that's what we're here to announce today. Now, whether or not you want to make a living in music, or just want to hone your craft, or you want to do both, Avid Everywhere is designed to allow you to participate in a way that you'd like to. Now, let me quickly recap what we've done so far this year and what you're really waiting for, which is what we're announcing today. All right, so let's get to it. Our next generation live console mixing Venue S6L, some of you have seen, delivers the most processing channels of any other system in the world. It's been incredible. In fact, we've already sold over 300 units globally, and it's been embraced by every major rental house and major show around the world. Bands like Van Perry, Duran Duran, Paul McCartney, Black Sabbath, whose tour is just kicking off. I hope you've got your tickets. I know I do. They've embraced it. And with Avid All Access, something you may have also heard about, you can now get the latest Pro Tools plugins and apps via the cloud downloaded seamlessly. If you haven't seen this in action, it's really incredible. We've had 4 innovative Pro Tools releases just in the last 4 months. Things like track freeze, commit, clip transparencies, and tons of integrated workflows for the S3 and S6. We listened, and customers are loving it. It's going really well so far. We've had over 140,000 Pro Tools users already on the Avid Media Central platform. It's been really cool. We've also extended the marketplace. Some of you remember us talking about the marketplace. Well, I'm happy to say it's alive and working fantastic. It allows in-app purchases within Pro Tools. Now, if you've ever done an in-app purchase through an e-commerce site, this is going to be one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. Right within a session, pop-out window, download seamlessly, making it possible to find, buy, or rent the tools you need without breaking your creative flow. You have got to go check this out. It's really cool, and it keeps the creative process going without disturbing and dealing with all the nonsense of connecting all the pieces. Plus, every product on the marketplace and these in-app purchases has been certified by Avid. That way you know they're going to work every time, and we can monitor the connection. There's a problem, we know exactly what the issue is. I can't wait for you to see this in just a few minutes. We're going to demo it for you. We also have several new products that are making their debut here at NAMM today. Pro Tools 6 Joystick module for tactile control and immersive 3D mixes. It's already being used by the leading facilities around the world like Sony Pictures, Warner Brother Pictures, some incredible facilities already using this tool. We have the Pro Tools dock for tactile and touchscreen control for your Pro Tools mix, the perfect addition to any rig. You've got to go check these things out. It's Sibelius 8, the latest improvements driven by our user, and it continues to deliver enhanced scoring tools used by the finest producers around the world. Now, we're going to get to the good stuff. All right, you guys ready? I'm getting ready. You ready? All right, you guys look like you're ready. Okay, all right. Well, one of the things we announced last year was Pro Tools First. You guys remember this earlier, Pro Tools First? Breaking the economic glass ceiling to let everybody tell their story. We've had an incredible reception. It really stunned a lot of people. We've had 160,000 people that we've actually had to control and limit because we had such a response. We literally couldn't load them fast enough. And it's really opening the world of Pro Tools to a whole new audience. But that announcement probably didn't prepare you for what we're about to talk about, what's next on Pro Tools First. Because our commitment to the community and Pro Tools First, I'm really excited to share some fantastic news with you today. Avid is very proud to announce the first in a series of music competitions to allow musicians to develop their art using this free tool, and it's called Music in Motion. Beginning February 8th, first with the US and then around the world, users of the free Pro Tools First product will be able to work with people in a studio, these are the winners now, with some of the finest producers and artists who are at the top of their game. Now, think about that for a second. We are running a series of these contests. We're going to start them today, announcing today, and then there'll be a series of announcements all around the world with this Music in Motion program. And this is yet another proof point of how Avid Everywhere is really extending the community. Now, the winners will get a chance, as I said, in studio initially with one of two well-known, award-winning artists and producers. The first will be Jason Evigan, an accomplished producer and musician. Maybe you guys have heard of him before. He's worked with Demi Lovato, Maroon 5, many others. And I want you to hear directly from Jason on this project.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Evigan. I'm a producer, songwriter. Avid is supporting your music creation through their Music in Motion Pro Tools First contest. So submit a song mixed in Pro Tools First, and you're on your way. What does that mean to you? An all-expense paid trip to visit me in LA for a professional studio session. All you have to do is submit a song mixed on Pro Tools First. The contest launches on February 8th. Sign up and you'll receive instructions on how to enter. Visit avid.com for contest details and be a part of Music in Motion. Thanks so much.
Can you imagine how exciting that's going to be for a lucky winner, an aspiring person who's never used professional tools? But that's just one of the amazing producers and artists we have for this contest. The second is Jesse Wilson. Now, he's a guy who's worked with leading artists including Neo, Justin Bieber, Celine Dion, Snoop Dogg, many, many others. And we are very honored and lucky to have him with us today. So if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Jesse the Corporal Wilson. Come on up, Jesse. bro.
Hello.
How you doing, Jess?
I'm good, Louis. How are you?
Doing good, good. Thanks so much, bro, for helping us out here. I just have a couple of questions for Jesse. And he came down here, you know, last time I talked to him last week, I think he was in Monaco. And when he volunteered to do this, we were just so excited. But a couple questions for you real quick. Now, you've worked with some of the finest artists all over the world. Tell us, what do you enjoy most about either working with a particular artist or just being in the business overall, somebody who's accomplished everything you have?
Well, ultimately you get a chance to just, number one, live your dream, and then see the difference between thinking what works in the media space and then actually knowing what works, what platforms work, what songs work for different audiences. So for me, the number one thing is being able to apply what I think and bring it to reality.
Awesome. Now, Jesse is a true artist, but he's also extremely knowledgeable about technology, shockingly knowledgeable. I'm going to ask you, how has technology played a role in the things that you do for a living, Jesse?
Well, it had a tremendous effect on my creative process as far as us all knowing the old way of doing things, as far as analog recording, bringing it into the new stream of digital media, and as far as the difference between a 2-inch reel and an AIFF file is very far apart as far as workflow. And as we all know, creatively and technology-wise, Avid has made things a lot easier for have a longer range of creativity as far as utilizing more tracks, being able to use better bus systems, and being able to eliminate a lot of time loss and analog gear.
Awesome, awesome. Well, he's a big Pro Tools user. I want to thank you for that. Now, when I talked to Jesse, he's blown up. I mean, he's gone big time on us. He's been nominated, I think, for Golden Globe recently.
Yeah, we got a Golden Globe for Empire, as well as a Grammy nomination, maybe 21 number ones. So it's been a blessed career for me so far.
He's got Grammys, he's got Golden Globes. I know there's a major couple corporations hiring him to write music. You can't get much bigger, but tell me, Jess, what is the reason you would take time and fly all the way over here from Monaco a couple weeks ago and volunteer to help out aspiring artists? Like, what did it mean to you, and why did you decide to volunteer your time for this project?
Well, first and foremost, I was that person that was basically in my room trying to figure it out. I stood in front of record companies for hours on end. So when you get the opportunity on the second side of making things turn to reality, it's better to always reach back and have a sound mind to bring others in that may not necessarily be considered professionals. They may be considered novice, but when it comes to the creative realm, everyone's equal. So there is no difference in the space of creativity. So giving back is the whole purpose of creating in the first place.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Jesse. You know, I got to say, when I asked Jesse, you know, what it would take for him to do this, and once he volunteered and I heard and we just talked, and I said, what do you need from us? You know, I'm going to fly you down here, put you up in a fancy room, what do you need? And he said, just buy me dinner. So we're going to have dinner tonight, huh, bro?
That's it.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's hear it for Jesse. Thanks, Jesse. If you just imagine one of these aspiring people who got this free download, and before they know it, they're in a major studio working with award winners like this. It's really incredible. Leading artists plus leading technology providers helping the community, that's what it's all about. Now, we are not finished. We have a few more actually, pretty significant announcements, and then we're going to get to the actual technology. I'm very excited to announce that one of the most prestigious and largest independent music schools in the country and in the world is embracing Pro Tools and cloud collaboration. Berklee School of Music is one of the world's foremost institutions, and their alumni have won an impressive, literally hundreds of Grammys. It's really awesome. Berklee Online has harnessed the power of digital technology and the potential of Avid Everywhere to reach new students with the launch of a massive open online course dedicated to Pro Tools and cloud collaboration, and they're going to be offering these courses for free from Berklee. That's right, I said for free. And now it's easier than ever for aspiring musicians, for engineers, producers to access the most comprehensive training programs of Pro Tools by one of the most trusted educational institutions in the world, I want you to take a look at this video clip announcing this course from Berkeley.
I'm Karen Nuremberg, Dean of Berkeley Online, and I'm very happy to announce the launch of a new massive open online course on Pro Tools in partnership with Avid. The course is offered on Coursera, which is a wonderful online learning platform, and it's designed to teach you how to harness Pro Tools for MIDI programming, production, recording, and mixing. A big focus of Berkeley's strategic initiatives is to increase access to high-quality music instruction, and we feel a lot of synergy with Avid in its decision to launch Avid Everywhere. By joining forces, we'll be able to train thousands of aspiring musicians and producers on how to use the tools they'll need to succeed, and will hopefully increase the breadth and quality of the music that's being made. Pro Tools is an incredibly powerful tool. It's the focus of our online bachelor degree program in music production, and this course is a wonderful entryway into learning the tool at no cost. You'll be able to study with one of Berkeley's premier professors, Chrissy Tignor-Fisher, and you'll be able to collaborate and create music with people from around the world. So jump in, you won't be disappointed.
Is that awesome or what? Huh? I tell you, when I was talking about somebody this morning, they said, boy, this is getting serious. This Avid Everywhere business is first getting serious. It is. We're just very humbled and honored that Berkeley would be willing to put on such a program with us. We're really excited about it. Now, last year I talked about cloud collaboration, enabling artists to connect and work with anybody anywhere around the world as though they're in the same studio together. Across town, on a different coast, anywhere, you can invite people to a session and work as though you're in the same room, without having to worry about all the things you normally have to worry about, managing files, projects.